Greetings and thanks for tuning in today. I hope this message finds you healthy and in good spirits. Today I want to look at one of the most challenging scriptures in the New Testament, something that Jesus said that we can find difficult to accept. I'm speaking of Luke 9:23, where Jesus says, "Then he said to them all, if anyone wants to follow after me, let him deny himself, take up his cross daily, and follow me." Now, Wuest Expanded Translation renders this verse like this: "And he was saying to all, assuming that anyone desires to come after me as a follower of mine, let him disregard his own interests, and let him at once, and once for all, pick up and carry his cross day after day. And let him take the same road with me that I take as a habit of life." When Jesus spoke these words to his followers in the first century, they all knew what Jesus meant. In the Roman world at the time, before a man died on the cross, he had to carry his cross, perhaps only the horizontal beam of the cross, to the place of execution. In other words, before the Romans hung a person on a cross, they first hung the cross on the person. The other thing that the people there at the time knew was that carrying a cross always led to death on a cross. CrossFit hadn't been invented yet, so no one carried a cross for fun. If you took up your cross and carried it, you did not come back. It was a one-way journey. Also, nobody took up a cross voluntarily. It was always forced on them. Yet Jesus here calls for his followers to voluntarily take up their cross. The cross in Roman times was never about self-promotion or self-affirmation. The person carrying a cross knew they were destined to die. And notice that Jesus made deny himself equal with take up his cross. These two phrases are expressing the same idea. But what does denying yourself mean? It means to live as an others-centered person. It means to go against the societal norms that tell us you can't love others until you love yourself, and take care of number one first. There's an old beer commercial that went, "You only go around once in life, so grab all the gusto you can." Denying yourself is the opposite of that. Dietrich Bonhoeffer wrote, "When Christ calls a man, he bids him come and die." Jesus was the only one who denied himself perfectly, but we are called to follow in his steps. But was Jesus calling all of his followers to a gruesome death on the cross? Certainly, some of his followers have been put to death in horrible ways, some of those even on a cross. But by adding daily to the command to take up your cross, Jesus made it clear that he was speaking in spiritual terms. No one can be crucified literally every day, but every day we can have the same attitude as Jesus had and put others before ourselves. Jesus never said following him would be easy. In fact, he seemed to go out of his way sometimes to make it difficult. In John 6:53-55, Jesus said, "So Jesus said to them, 'Truly I tell you, unless you eat the flesh of the Son of Man and drink his blood, you do not have life in yourselves. The one who eats my flesh and drinks my blood has eternal life, and I will raise him up on the last day, because my flesh is true food and my blood is true drink.'" Later in verse 60, even his disciples said, "Therefore, when many of his disciples heard this, they said, 'This teaching is hard. Who can accept it?'" In Mark 10, we have Jesus and the rich young ruler who wanted to know how to gain eternal life. After Jesus asked him about the commandments and the young man said he had kept them all, Jesus said in verses 21 and 22, looking at him, Jesus loved him and said to him, "You lack one thing. Go, sell all you have and give to the poor, and you will have treasure in heaven. Then come and follow me." But he, the rich young ruler, was dismayed by this demand, and he went away grieving, because he had many possessions. Jesus lays it out in stark black and white for his followers. He doesn't sugarcoat the challenge of following him. Jesus is not looking for weekend churchgoers who sing worship songs on Sunday and then forget about him the rest of the week. He wants dedicated men and women who are not afraid of hardships and difficulties. To steal a recruiting phrase from the United States Marine Corps, the few, the humble, the Christians. So take up your cross today and every day. Wherever you are, deny yourself and follow Jesus. Imitate him in your life today. So long. Thanks for watching. Have a blessed day.